London bridges falling down, falling down, falling down. Did I mean Ethereum bridges? Find out why, because it's time for Chico Crypto. Ethereum, as we speak, more and more bridges are being laid to connect to its financial and blockchain developer kingdom. Bridges from the decentralized blockchain world, bridges from the consortium blockchain world, and even bridges from Finance 1.0. So, where are the bridges being laid to Bitcoin? As of today, many blockchains are first laying their bridge to Ethereum, even though its market cap and liquidity is 6 times smaller. And the other blockchains who are laying their bridges to Ethereum, do they have any being laid to them? No, they sure don't. And the reason for this? Activity. It all comes down to activity on a network. And from the development side, it's on Ethereum from all angles. Why do you think those bridges are being built and others aren't being built to the other blockchains? DApp Radar's last month's industry report on DApp said this in the key takeaways. Ethereum daily active wallets increased by 14% in October month on month. Ethereum transactions volume surpassed 47 billion in October. 99% of the total Ethereum transaction volume belongs to DeFi. Tron and EOS decreased in token value, daily active wallets, and transaction volume. Ethereum. While the other blockchains, it's only bad news. Although the last thing they say is the best of the rest goes to Binance Smart Chain. I wonder why. Well, like last Friday I showed, they have a functioning Ethereum bridge. And then going to the state of the DApps data, we can see there are now 3,757 DApps, and 3,009 of them are on Ethereum, aka over 80%. And daily active users of those DApps, there are 116.8 thousand. Out of those, about 102,000 are on Ethereum, or 87%. So blockchain development, DeFi development, aka DApp development, it's so hot on Ethereum right now. But what about outside of the blockchain world? Where is that development happening? Is it still on Ethereum? Well, a good place to check this is Microsoft and their Visual Studio Marketplace. This marketplace is for the most part for app development outside of the blockchain world. Let's just search by the term blockchain and see the most downloaded products. Sorting by the most installed pieces offered. It's Ethereum Solidity, then Hyperledger, and then IBM Blockchain. But look at the downloads. Ethereum has twice the number of those enterprise solutions combined. 231,000 to be exact. Then the next 10 downloaded blockchain components are all Ethereum. And finally, we get to another blockchain, Neo, and then more Ethereum, then Enterprise Solution Corda, and finally another blockchain we have heard of, Waves. So development dominance across the board for Ethereum, even more so on the enterprise side than IBM Blockchain or Hyperledger, who have the funding of global conglomerate. Yet devs are still choosing Ethereum for some reason, and even those founding members of IBM Blockchain and Hyperledger Fabric. We all know Johnny Walpert, but his history. Global product executive for IBM. And what did he do? His LinkedIn says one of the handful of leaders that created IBM's blockchain business unit, which led to the formation of a brand new division of the company in 2016. And he helped create Hyperledger.org, one of the fastest growing open source communities in the history of the Linux Foundation. He helped create both, and now he is on Team Ethereum, connecting enterprises to public mainnet with the baseline protocol. With Enterprise Ethereum, that is why you go to the EA Working Group page, EA as in the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, and look who is in the Ethereum Mainnet Working Group, John Walpert, along with others from Microsoft and Ernst & Young. So a lot of this I have covered. I just needed to reiterate it for any newbies. and those who seem to have forgotten. Now let's get into the good stuff. So the EEA, it has a certain conference coming up, which runs for the United States December 2nd through the 3rd, called Ethereum in Enterprise Asia Pacific 2020. It has massive speakers, including Hester Peirce of the SEC, Joe Lubin, Ethereum co-founder and founder of ConsenSys, and there is John Wolpert. But since this is the Asia Pacific region, the one I'm actually interested in is a speaker from Samsung, Joshua Ha, head of Global Strategic Alliances for Blockchain. Now remember, Samsung has been hush-hush on blockchain since their phones integrated wallets and key stores back in 2019. But going back further in time, Samsung in 2017, they became the first Korean enterprise to join the EEA. After this, that same year, Samsung built and announced their own offering to the blockchain world that hasn't been covered much on my channel, NextLedger, a distributed ledger platform for enterprise. Well, Samsung, I think they were trying to compete with Ethereum, as NextLedger was not Ethereum compatible, and as we can see from the EA member website, no Samsung SDS anymore. They dropped out. But here's what's interesting. 2019, they released an updated version. Samsung IT subsidiary releases new version of enterprise blockchain platform. Cointelegraph covered it, and it was called NextLedger Universal. And as we can see from the website, the blockchain core is made of 3 blockchains. They're NextLedger N, Hyperledger Fabric from John Wolpert, and Ethereum. And remember, this is the Ethereum in Enterprise Conference. So what is Joshua Ha of Samsung doing there? Could this be the rekindling of Samsung and Enterprise Ethereum? It looks like it to me, and maybe more. So the session Joshua is speaking in, it's called Open Innovation, and there are some interesting co-speakers. Ken Naganuma of Hitachi, Yang Zhao of NTT Data, and Asushi Ishii of Cougar. Each of these speakers work for companies that have vast development in big data and AI. So first, Asushi Ishii of Cougar. Going to his Twitter, we can see he is of course a part of Cougar, but also Blockchain EXE. Now scrolling down, we can see he was tweeting about Ocean Protocol meetups. And then below we can see the two were having meetings all the way back in 2018. And even Cougar, the company, tweeted about the Ocean meet and collaboration, saying they really love them. So how about Ken Naganuma of Hitachi? Well, coincidentally, he is also a part of Blockchain EXE with Asushi. And here is Ken at a conference put on by them, and none other than Ocean Protocol. There is Ken with Ocean CTO Mike Anderson. So what about the last one, Yang Zhao of NTT Data? Well, no direct connection with Ocean to Yang, but Donald Gosen, co-founder of Ocean, was the business development manager at NTT before Ocean, working there for over 4 years, doing global accounts specifically in the Asia Pacific region. Now let's dive a bit deeper. So Cougar, what do they do, and did they and Ocean partner, as those tweets were just meeting tweets? Well, Cougar, they create AI assistants, virtual human agents for smart cities.
What's your dream?
I am still in the process to understand the concept of dream. I will tell you when I understood it.
Blows my mind, but the partnership, yeah, it happened. As we can see here, Ocean and Cougar partnered to enhance Connectome's ability to store and share unlimited data in a safe and secure environment. Connectome, what is that? Well, it's the big thing behind it all. Going to their website in the About Us, it says Connectome is a technology platform to realize human-like AI assistants, virtual human agent, VHA, by harnessing the artificial intelligence, AI, game AI, human-like intelligence, NPC technology, blockchain, and human sciences. VHAs can, amongst other things, be personal assistants, the cornerstone of productive organizations and companies, assist in healthcare, and be the future of human technology interaction. And then going to Connectome's tech paper, we can see it says, moreover, a variety of data will be required to train the VHA Brains AI model model. To do so, we will connect Connectome to Ocean Protocol's data marketplace and implement token-curated registries, TCRs, a registry of listings generated by token holders. We will have a list of data for each use case, e.g. receptionist, car guide, friend, and developers can utilize them to create better AI models. Now, ain't this interesting too? Back in 2019, Microsoft, Connectome, the EA, and Ocean Protocol, they all gave a talk together. Now, I personally don't think anything is getting announced at this EA event regarding Ocean. I'm sorry to pop your Ocean bubble, as they are not there. But if at this event, this specific group of people is speaking on AI and data, we know it's going to lead right back to Ocean Protocol eventually. And why do I think this? Well, Samsung also has a virtual assistant, Samsung Project Neon. It was hyped to be the next big thing in AI, and it was released almost a year ago, January of this year. At release, Neon, it got slammed as not AI and just digital avatars. That's why in June of this year, you saw Samsung promote Dr. Sebastian Seung to head of research to strengthen its AI competence. Now, guess what Sebastian Seung has been working on for years? Mapping the human brain to AI, the Human Connectome. He even has a book written called Connectome and is a part of the Human Connectome project. Now, back to Cougar. Their AI assistant, VHA, is actually AI. Their demonstrations demonstrate that, and it's more than just an avatar. So, has there been collaborations behind the scenes between Cougar, Connectome, and Samsung? It's highly possible, but if so, why would this be big for Ocean? Well, Cougar is kind of Ocean. Besides the announced collaborations we went over, Kazuki Ishiguro is Cougar's chief blockchain architect. As we can see from this Stanford talk him and Asushi gave, they said this in Kazukai's profile. At Cougar, he currently leads the blockchain development of Connectome and has given a speech at Blockchain EXE's event and Ethereum's global conference, EdCon. He is also contributor of BigchainDB. BigchainDB, the scalable blockchain database from Bruce Pon and team, who are also the founders of the Ocean Protocol. And Kazuki is now the regional head of the EEA for Japan, and he is also speaking at the specific conference, and as we can see, he is one of the conference organizers. Cheers, I'll see you next time.